Hello, folks. My name is James Craig Wilson, and I was speaking to a friend of mine regarding hymns, gospel music, and contemporary Christian music. What are their relative merits in delivering core Christian values? So, this is a rough draft. I need to put a bit more time and research into this and organize the sections a bit better. Although this is a work in progress, I think I've covered many of the most relevant aspects of the differences between hymnal music, gospel music, and contemporary Christian music as pertaining to delivering core Christian beliefs. Your input and opinions are welcomed. Sincerely, James Craig Wilson. That's me. Music as a spiritual tool. Music has been used as a spiritual tool in many cultures and religions throughout history. It is often used in rituals, ceremonies, and other spiritual practices to evoke feelings of peace, joy, and connection with a higher power. Music can also be used as a way to connect with one's inner self and to tap into deeper states of consciousness. In this way, it can serve as a means of meditation, self reflection, and spiritual growth. Additionally, music can be used to express and communicate spiritual ideas and experiences. It can be a way to share stories, teachings, and messages with others, and to connect with others who may be on a similar spiritual path. Overall, the purpose of music as a spiritual tool is to help people connect with their inner selves and with a higher power, and to facilitate spiritual growth and self discovery. What are the various types of music used in religious ceremonies? There are many different types of music that are used in religious ceremonies, and the specific type of music will often vary depending upon the religion, cultural traditions, and personal preferences of the people involved. Here are but a few examples of different types of music that are commonly used in religious ceremonies, such as hymns, gospel music, contemporary Christian music, chant, cultural styles of music, and so on. This article will focus on a few particular types of religious music, namely hymn music, gospel music, and contemporary Christian music. First, hymns, gospel music, and contemporary Christian music. Let's define these three genres. Hymnal music is a type of religious music that is typically used in Christian worship services. It is characterized by its use of lyrics that are based on biblical texts and that express beliefs and teachings about God and Jesus. Hymns are often sung to more traditional melodies and are typically accompanied by instruments such as pianos, organs, and guitars. Gospel music is a genre of Christian music that originated in the African American community. It is characterized by its strong vocals, lyrics that are centered on gospel messages, and its use of traditional instruments such as pianos, organs, guitars, and drums. Contemporary Christian music, or CCM, is a broad term that refers to a wide range of styles and genres of Christian music that have been produced since the mid 20th century. It includes a wide variety of musical styles, from pop and rock to hip hop and electronic dance music. CCM is characterized by its focus on contemporary themes and issues, and its lyrics often address personal struggles, relationships, and social issues. So, what are the main differences between the three genres? One main difference between these three types of music is the style of music. Gospel music is typically associated with more traditional choir like sound, while hymns are often sung to more traditional melodies and are typically accompanied by instruments such as pianos, organs, guitars. CCM, on the other hand, encompasses a wide range of musical styles and influences. Another difference is the focus of the lyrics. Gospel music lyrics are centered on the gospel message and the teachings of Jesus, while hymns often have lyrics that are based on biblical texts and that express beliefs and teachings about God and Jesus. CCM lyrics may cover a wider range of themes, including personal struggles, relationships, and social issues. Now, debating the relative pros and cons of gospel music, hymn music, and contemporary Christian music as it pertains to delivering core Christian values. Gospel music, hymnal music, and contemporary Christian music are all genres of music that are used within the Christian faith and that can be effective in delivering core Christian values. Here are some pros and cons of each type of music in delivering such core Christian values. Hymnal music. Pros. Hymns often have lyrics that are based on biblical texts and that express beliefs and teachings about God and Jesus, which can be a powerful way to communicate core Christian values. The melodies of hymns are often more traditional and may appeal to people who are looking for a more formal, structured worship experience. Hymns are typically accompanied by instruments such as pianos, organs, and guitars, which can add to the sense of solemnity and reverence during the worship service. Now, some of the cons. Some people may find the traditional melodies of hymns to be too formal or structured, which may not appeal to everyone. Hymns may not appeal to younger, more diverse audiences, which could limit their effectiveness in delivering core Christian values to those audiences. Gospel music. Some of the pros. Gospel music is typically associated with a more traditional choir like sound, which may appeal to people who are looking for a more traditional, solemn worship experience. The lyrics of gospel music are often centered on the gospel message and the teachings of Jesus, which can be a powerful way to communicate core Christian values. Gospel music often has a strong emotional impact and can be a powerful way to connect with listeners on a deeper level. Cons. Some people may find the traditional choir like sound of gospel music to be too formal or structured, which, again, may not appeal to everyone. Gospel music may not appeal to younger, more diverse audiences, which could limit its effectiveness in delivering core Christian values to those audiences. Contemporary Christian music, also referred to CCM. Pros. Some of the pros of CCM. CCM encompasses a wide range of musical styles, which makes it more accessible and appealing to a wider audience. CCM lyrics often address contemporary themes and issues, which can make the music more relatable and easier to connect with for some listeners. CCM is often performed by artists who are themselves part of the younger, more diverse audience, which can make the music more authentic and genuine and more relatable to some audiences. Cons of CCM. Some people may find the more modern contemporary styles of CCM to be too secular or not appropriate for worship. CCM lyrics may not always be as explicitly focused on core Christian values as the lyrics of, say, gospel music or hymns, which regarding that could limit the effectiveness in delivering those core Christian values. Examples of hymnal music, gospel music, and Christian contemporary music that may not adhere to core Christian values. I thought it'd be worthwhile to add some examples. It's important to note that not all music within a particular genre will necessarily adhere to core Christian values. Here are a few examples of hymnal music, gospel music, and contemporary Christian music that may not necessarily adhere to core Christian values. Hymnal music. Amazing Grace is a well-known hymn that tells the story of a person's journey to faith and redemption. However, some versions of the hymn include lyrics that reference the slave trade and refer to African Americans as savages, which could be seen as not adhering to core Christian values of equality and respect for all people. Gospel music, one example, I'll Fly Away, is a popular gospel song that talks about the hope of going to heaven someday. However, some versions of the song include lyrics that refer to African Americans as darkies and colored folks, which could be seen as not adhering to core Christian values of equality and respect for all people. Contemporary Christian music, an example. I Can Only Imagine is a popular contemporary Christian song that tells the story of the singer's journey to faith and the hope of being reunited with a loved one in heaven someday. However, some people may argue that the songs focus on individual salvation and the afterlife rather than on social justice and serving others, does not fully adhere to core Christian values. My name is James Craig Wilson. I am a freelance writer and specializing, trying to, in technical articles, topical interest articles, lyrics, music, poetry, and short stories. I invite your comments, and if you have anything that you'd like to add or ask me some questions, please feel free to do so. Thank you for listening.